you've never seen before, that's something we'll definitely be interested in.
And I do want to say to add, Vinay, that program and review are separate at NIH, but the review folks, we talk to them all the way through. They're on the panel, and we work with each other. I guess my history at NIH means we work very closely, so. All right. Other questions? You don't want me to ask all the questions. Okay, good. Good job. I love it when people ask questions.
Quick question. I'm not computer engineer.
Just push the button.
But I was checking. Working?
We can hear you, you're pretty close.
Now it works. Okay. So one of the things that I was looking at when I saw this program, I'm not that much familiar yet, is that in agriculture there's only one funding in the entire, I don't know how many years. So my question was, how is it split when you have a bunch of proposals? How you decide where they should go to a specific multi-agency panel, and what's the priority and quality that you put in those proposals that are kind of not causing transportation?
Well, maybe David Cormack can answer this better than me, but I know that we have a line there where we could, the potential investigator can indicate which program they would like it to go to. And then based on our collective expertise, we decide based on titles and abstracts, where they go. And so David and them have a lot of experience in this, and it's pretty clear. It's usually pretty clear as to where they can go. The agriculture program, for example, we've had no trouble filling it. We had 25 proposals to come in. But our funding rate will be pretty good this year. I think it'll be maybe 18-20%.
So, David,
Yes,
we found some.
Yeah, so, so when we think about various proposals for different agencies, one of the things that we look at, so within the solicitation itself, each of the agencies define specific areas that they're interested in looking at. One of so for example, the DHS side talks about needs from the area of the cybersecurity division at DHS. Talks about infrastructure. One of the things that one might want to look at is what kind of projects have been funded previously with DHS and NSF in collaboration. And those, I think several have mentioned, okay, we don't do contracts, or we do contracts with the various proposers. In the case of the DHS collaborations, what we've done two types. One have been direct grants, which we did last year on an CPS IoT security, different methodologies for design. And the others have been cooperative agreements. So cooperative agreements are where there's a set of defined deliverables, essentially a set of defined annual gates that are required to go through. So we might work with the PIs to define from their program plan that they submit as part of the proposal. Here are the first year activities, second year activities, third year and fourth year if there's some. One of the DHS projects includes transition to practice, which brought it a fourth year. Between the CPS and DHS, excuse me, there's also, I think, there's our CPS PI meeting, as well as a CPS security PI meeting run by the DHS cybersecurity group. And so our PIs are expected to participate in both. And in the past we had weekly calls. In general, they've moved to a monthly call, just to essentially, what are we doing, what kind of accomplishments, and what are the next plans. So it's, with the DHS side, it's a more hands-on type management, more a bit of their science, but there are also basic goals and milestones that we want to look at. When we, from proposal selection, proposer may say, I'm interested in this agency looking at it. On DHS, it's typically going to be security proposals. DHS may provide someone to be in the panel or to sit and observe the panel. And after the panel results are done, we'll have some discussions with, actually, across various agencies. Essentially, looking at, are you interested in this proposal? It reviewed very well. It's very relevant to the mission. And it's basically, can it both fill a gap that the agency has, does some science that they haven't funded before, and does it meet the quality of review, both the review and the quality of a project that they're looking for. On the DOT side, we funded several, and I'll finish in a moment. One of DOT in particular is look with interest at projects that have a transition to practice element. So part of it is looking some activities that may include a transition to practice, and more than just, as David pointed out, more than just single vehicle ideas, looking at an overall system. With NASA, again, there's specific areas and discussions that we have with NASA following the set of reviews, looking at here are proposals in their specific domain, including some of the unmanned, as well as verification and other technologies. In fact, in fact, that's a relevant area for NSA. Being able to rapidly verify safety of a system has been one of NASA's interests. And within, as Vinay mentioned, we usually have at our panels, our CPS medical panels, a representative from NIH who helps in both their scores that the NSF reviewers assign, and then there are a set of NIH possible scores. Then it's really discussions among the, between the program officers to find, are we filling a gap, and is there funding available to work this out? Okay? And yeah, I think Steve mentioned the agriculture side.
And I just want to say, so sometimes you might see them on the CPS website, but sometimes, like Vinay says, he'll pick up a proposal, it'll go to NIH, so it won't be obvious that it was a CPS, but they're there, and the science is happening.